Hello, students. Good morning, everyone. Let's welcome everyone to this online class. Dear students, let's discuss about the chapter A Letter to God. It's written by G.L. Fentz. He's one of the well-known writer. Fentz was born on Lonazaret in the Canary Islands. He first went to sea as a deck boy with his father when he was 10. As a teenager, he worked on cargo ships out of the Canary Island to Trinidad and Puerto Rico, and from the Spanish ports of Valencia and Sevilla to South America. He migrated permanently to Cuba when he was 22. Then he died from cancer in Cozumel in 2002 at the age of 104. Dear students, this lesson, the main theme is faith on God. A Letter to God is a story of extreme faith in God. Through this story, the writer G.L. Fluence has tried to depict the invincible and insurmountable faith in the God of a simple poor farmer. Lenzo was a poor, honest, and hard-working farmer. Hence, he writes a letter to God and asks God to send money. Dear students, now just briefly I will discuss this chapter. Listen carefully, and before we read that, students, you can see here activity 1 and activity 2 is given here there. So this activity you see clearly, and you can do this by yourselves. Here money order is given, how earlier people used to send money one to the other, and so you do it by yourself. If any doubt you can ask me. And now I will tell you the summary of the chapter. Lenko was a dedicated agriculturist. He was expecting decent harvest, yet sadly a hailstorm came and destroyed his harvest totally. Lenko was very sad, but he had strong belief in God. He was sure that God would definitely help him. He was an extremely straightforward man. He composed a letter to God. In the letter, he asks God to send him 100 pesos. At that point, he went to the post office and put the letter into the post box. The postman removed the letter from the letter box. He read the address on it and laughed badly when he rushed to the postmaster and demonstrated to him that strange letter. The postmaster also read it and laughed loudly when he saw the address of God. When he read the letter, he got very serious. He lauded his man who had extraordinary confidence in God. He decided to help him. He asked the employees of the post office to donate some money. He gave a part of his salary also, but they were able to collect only a little more than half the money requested by Lencho. The postmaster put the money in an envelope and addressed it to Lencho. Next Sunday, Lenko came again to the post office. He asked if there was any letter for him. The postmaster took out the letter and gave it to Lencho. Lencho was not surprised at seeing the money, but when he counted the money, he became angry. He thought that God could not have made the mistake. He took paper and ink and wrote another letter to God. Then he put the letter into the letter box. After Lencho had gone, the postmaster and the employees read the letter. Lencho had complained to God that he had received only 70 pesos. This time he requested God to send him the rest of the money, but he asked God not to send the money through mail. He wrote that the post office employees were a bunch of crooks who might have stolen the money. So, my dear students, we see here that there is a farmer called Lencho, and he is very happy by seeing the cloud and all that sign that means it is going to rain, and it also becomes true. Suddenly it starts raining, but after sometimes it becomes different. That means there was hailstorm. Hailstorm means uh, you can say that ओले गिरता है ना that. So that hailstorm falls and all his crops are destroyed, and so now he is very sad, but he has firm faith in God that God would do something for him, and so he writes a letter, and then finally he also received money from the post office, but not the amount exactly what he had expected. And so my dear students, he is angry with that, and he tells that postmaster and the worker there are very crooked. They are not honest because they have stolen the money that was sent by the God. And so now he writes again this other letter. Now in this whole of this uh, chapter, we'll find one thing common, that uh, the uh, author speaks about the faith in God. So my dear students, go through this chapter, and I'll also provide some uh, homework, so try to solve it everything, and in spite of that, if any doubt, you can uh, contact me through WhatsApp, then I'll clarify your doubts. Thank you.